Page 8. One more page after this. Even I'm getting sick of this. All right, so to convert here, we need to remember that y equals b to the x power converts to log base b of y equals x. That's one of the rules that we really got to make sure we know. So for these problems, y equals b to the x. X is always the exponent. B, y, x, b, y. It doesn't matter which order they're in, but x is always the exponent. Y is always the term by itself. And now just go plug them in, and I'm going to do them like lines. I've got log, I've got log, I've got log. And I've got base b, so 4, base b, so 64, base b, so 10, or if I don't want to write anything at all, we know that base 10 means that. Of y, which is 1/16, equals x. Of y, which is 4, equals x. Of y, which is 100, equals x. And I'm done. Same thing on the next ones, b, y, x, b, y, x, b, y, x, and go plug them into the y equals form. So 8 equals 3 to the second power, which is not correct. 3 to the second power is 9. These should work on the exam. They'll work right here. Oops. Sorry. So 8 equals 8 to the first. That's of course correct. And 1 equals 10 to the 0. Remember, when there's nothing there, it means 10. Trying to know these rules, remember that plus means multiply, so this is very simply log base 3 of y3, or base 5, excuse me, of y3, or 3y, either way. We know that these numbers in front come up as exponents. 4 squared is not 8, it is 16. So when I get to here, we know that plus means multiply, so log of 16x, or x16. Right here again, the 4 comes up as an exponent. Log of 2 to the 4th power is 2, times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. And then divide, you should know, means to, or minus, excuse me, means to divide. So 16 divided by 4 gives me 4, and I'm done with that one. Again, this 4 comes up here, so it goes away. This comes up here, so I have log of x to the 4th minus log 3 to the 3rd power is 27, and minus means divide to give me this. The other way around, I'm going to split this up here. The top is log of 8b minus log 16, and then we realize, wait a minute, this is a times. I need to break it up into a plus, just like this would become that. So it's log 8 plus log b minus log 16. I feel like there's a lot of writing going on here. I should circle some answers. Now, similarly here, this is a multiply problem here. So I get log of 3 plus log of b to the 4th. Remember, those exponents have to come out front as multipliers, like so. And right here, minus, because it's divide, log of c to the 5th power. That 5 is going to come out. If you can't see it, if you just put any number there that you thought it was, a 3, whatever, I would have accepted it. And that's it. That's my answer. So similarly, maybe try this one if you haven't tried it yet. Turn it off, try it, or pause it, excuse me, try it. But it is, I'm going to do it all at once. So for the x squared, I bring the 2 out front, 2 log of x. Times means multiply. The 3 is going to have to come out front, 3 log of y. Minus, because it's divide, log of z. And there's no exponent on that one, so we're good to go. Okay? That's it for that. For these next problems, put x here for every one of these problems. And we're just going to go identify b, y, and x, 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 b, y, and x. Why? Because if I write them in y equals b to the x form, they become very easy. Like this one is 64 equals 8 to the x power. Well, it's not 8 because it's not 8 times 8. It's 8 to the second power that would give me 64. Similarly here, 4 equals 4 to the x power. Well, of course, 4 to the first power would give me 4. Here it's 1/10 equals 10 to the x power. We said that negative exponents flip it. So to make this flip, it would have to be -1 because 10 to the negative first power. Okay? This would be 1 equals 9 to the x power. And anything to the 0 power is how I get 1. Got to know it. The rule for tens is you count the zeros. There's 1, 2, 3, so the answer is 3. Simple as that. And this one is amazing how many people struggle with this. This is all of y. 8 to the -2 power equals 8 to the x power. Well, these are the same, so it's just -2. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? All right. For these problems down here, we're looking at really, these are more extra credit type problems. For my students, we did them right before Christmas break. Some students might not have done it at all. Really what it boils down to, again, is these will be extra credit, so if you don't get what I'm doing here, you can probably stop this tape now and just check out the next one. So I would do the 10 thing here to both sides to get the logs to cancel. 2x plus 8 equals 100, and just do the math. Minus the 8 and divide to get 46. I have to add this to that side because the only way I can do the 10 thing is if it's by itself. And if I do the 10 thing now, 10 to the 4th power is a 1 with 4 zeros, which is 10,000. 2 to the 5th power is what equals 32. We kind of been saying that in all of these types of problems right here. This is something I have to do the log to both sides from first. Then we said we can take that entire exponent and put it up front. We know that rule. And then it's just divide and do the opposites. So divide both sides by that log of 3. X plus 2 equals, take your calculator, and you literally go log 47, close your parentheses, divided by log 3, and get 3.504. So I'm just going to even just write 3.5. When I minus 2 from 3.5, literally go minus 2. 1.5, there it is. Next problem, and I want these really to 2 decimal places, so I guess that would be 0.50. I'm going to log both sides, and I'm going to pull the x out at the same time, just because I'd already done a problem like that, and just divide by log 4. I've already showed you how to plug that into your calculator, but I'll do it one more time. I've got log of 15, close parentheses, divided by log 4, and I get 1.95, and that's my answer. This I got to just do the 10 thing. And so the 10 thing cancels out here, and I get x equals, well, check it out. I just go 10 to the power, which is this little button above the divide sign, of negative 2.4. And I get 0.00398. 0.00398. And that's kind of a crazy small number, but I'm just going to leave it at that. It's the idea of, do you understand how to do this? Like here, 10 to the power of, those cancel, x equals, again, go 10 to the power of, oops, not negative, 0.5. And I get 3.16. And that is correct. This last one, again, when I log both sides, I can pull the exponent out front. That's what I'm going to do kind of at the same time here. I'd log both sides, and then I'd pull the exponent up front. I'd divide, just like I did up above. And I'm going to tell you that 2x minus 4 equals, when I divided that in my calculator, I got 4.81. Look at the steps. Add 4 first. Don't even need a calculator for that. And I get x equals 4.40. If you put 4.41, because you got a 2 here and it all just gets crazy, that's okay too. But that's those problems. And that's that page. We got one more page left. Stay with me. Check out the next one.